Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Wednesday, October 23rd meeting of the Lowell Conservation Commission. We are starting off tonight with an item of new business, a notice of intent. The City of Lowell, 375 Merrimack Street for a project at 52 East Merrimack Street, the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. A notice of intent has been filed by the city to repair the existing retaining wall, remove and replace the metal handrail, knee walls, pedestals, and concrete sidewalk along the Riverwalk at 52 East Merrimack Street. The subject property is located in the downtown mixed-use zoning district. All work will take place within the 100-foot buffer of the Concord River. Good evening. Is there anyone online?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Perfect. Thank you for giving me a chance to present virtually. I have a PowerPoint that I can try to share, and hopefully that will work for us.
You're on screen.
Perfect. I'm not where I want to be because I have a, there we go. Thank you all. My name is Mike Riccardi. I'm a project manager for TEC in Lawrence. And on behalf of the city, we're found a notice of intent for proposed wall repairs adjacent to the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Location, as I said, just adjacent to the auditorium, and it's a wall in between East Merrimack Street and existing pedestrian bridge that was built, as far as I can tell, in recent years. It's a wall parallel to the Concord River. DEP file number is 206-0834, and I included this screenshot. I had just checked this morning. There's been no comment.
Just gonna hold on for 1 second. We're receiving some crackling in your speaker.
Sure.
I don't know if you have another audio device that you might be able to use.
Any better?
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Start over or continue from where I was?
You can continue from where you were.
Okay, perfect. I think I left off. I included this screenshot just to show no technical comments from DEP. Share some photos of existing conditions, discuss the proposed work, the resource area impacts, and how we're planning on protecting the Concord River. Photo on the left, you can see the wall that that's in question, roughly 15 feet tall, existing granite stones that are retaining the sidewalk behind. In the background, you can see the pedestrian bridge that I mentioned earlier, and the photo was taken from East Merrimack Street. And in the back right of the photo on the left, you can see the auditorium. Right shows a void that has developed in the retaining wall. And you can see just above that, the condition of the metal handrail is not at all connected to the concrete, and a jersey barrier is put in place to protect people that are walking on the sidewalk in this area. Just a little bit more photos from the top. On the left, you can see rail is attached to, in some places, attached to, as some areas of falls. Area just in the wall where that's extended up into the sidewalk, and a jersey barrier is in place for safety reasons. And then on the right, the condition of the metal handrail, which is not at all connected to this area of concrete, which I'll refer to a couple times moving forward as the concrete knee wall. Existing drainage, we'll start with a picture in the middle. There's some areas that were kind of formed in this when the concrete knee wall was originally poured for drainage to be able to pass underneath that area and discharge directly into the river. A little bit zoomed out, but on the left you can see a small little pipe that is sticking out through, similar type of idea. And I'll touch briefly on the lighting. Included a photo on the right of the existing light poles that are on the site. And typically these poles have what they call a globe on top that kind of protects the bulb and broken in throughout the project area. So our proposed work, as we said in the submission, is to remove, clean, and paint the light pole bases and reset them with new light pole, which will match the aesthetic of other kind of light poles in the area. Construct new light pole, concrete light pole pedestals, new concrete knee wall, which will be able to better support new metal handrails. Localized concrete repairs to the wall coping, and then aiming to fill the granite masonry wall void with some new stones. And then we'll remove and replace the new concrete sidewalk, which will be able to better towards those areas where the drainage pokes through those new walls. And just showing a better photo of kind of what we're planning. This is just adjacent to our project. That's the pedestrian bridge that I mentioned earlier. So trying to recreate this of new concrete knee wall that extends about 18 inches above the sidewalk, and new handrails. A little bit better picture of those on the right. Kind of the vertical pickets in between the horizontal top and bottom rails. Similar type of railing that's used throughout the city, kind of matches the historic aesthetic that's shown throughout. Assumed that the wall acts as the bank for this project. And so photo on the left is a plan that we included in the NOI submission. And I just highlighted 25-foot and 100-foot offsets. All our work will be within those riverfront offset areas. And as part of that, we included 2,000 square feet of temporary impacts. And since we're defining the bank as the wall, we included 15 feet of temporary bank impact, which incorporates the whole area of the void and the work area that will be needed to replace that. There's no impact to land under water body and no reduction to flood storage area with our proposed work. And the way that this will be protected, it's on the left, that ultimately building will be contractor designed, but something that we've seen successfully used is what is shown on the left, where some netting can be put and anchored to the top of the wall, extend over the voided area, and be anchored down into the wall, which will protect any debris from falling through that void, and especially during the work time. And we also show compost filter tubes surrounding the project area to protect any sediment from entering the river during construction. That's all I have, so I'll open it up now.
It's great to see a cohesive design of the handrail that integrates it into some of the newer ones. Is this the same design that is used on the rest of the Riverwalk? Do you know?
It's, I guess, beyond the pedestrian bridge on the other side is the ornamental rail that you see in our project location. No current plans of addressing that, but we're at least trying to recreate or match the aesthetic that's in the immediate adjacent vicinity of that pedestrian bridge.
Okay. It would, I know this is not really part of the conservation review, but it would be great to establish some more city standards for, work like this, that, new work is kind of all connected. I think that a great example is the bridges that are often repaired in the same style, that spurt of new bridges that we've gotten throughout the city. Just a quick comment. As far as the conservation areas, it looks like you've pretty well protected, any risk here. I think that this project is fairly low risk for something that's directly on the bank. Are there any comments from the council?
I just have a quick question about the bulbs that are going to be replaced for the lighting. I know there are several of them that are missing, and I actually witnessed about 15 years ago a snowplow coming down Brown Street, and it was pushing snow towards the Concord River, and one of these bulbs actually got dislodged and fell into the river. So that my only concern is if that were to happen again in the future. Do you have any insight or comments on snow removal in the area? Is it going to be the same as it has been in the past?
That would likely be the intent. Yeah. We have a sub-consultant working with us that's doing the electrical design. Globes are intended to be compatible with the existing light poles and should be anchored properly to those. Anything in terms of snowplow causing damage.
It's kind of out of your wheelhouse, but
Yeah, not sure about that, but best effort will be made that it's at least compatible and should be anchored properly. I
just think
Sorry,
we
go
need
ahead.
to have some sort of maybe signage or cones or stakes, especially during the winter time, because I'd hate to see this project go through and then have it be destroyed again in the near future after it was just repaired. Maybe we could talk to the auditorium about that for future once the project's already been completed.
Yeah, it sounds like
something that we're planning to include in our bid, if and when this goes out to bid for construction, is, I forget the exact number, but we're planning on replacing those globes in the vicinity, and the intent is to order that can be stockpiled and be immediately on hand for the city to replace. Not only in any chance of snow causing damage, snowplow removal causing damage, but from what we can tell, a few have been damaged over the summer as well. So at least best we can do of including some extras on hand that can be immediately replaced by city.
Okay, thank you.
It sounds like the area that is probably the area of concern is where the asphalt comes right up to the sidewalk.
Yeah, right on Brown Street, where Brown Street is a dead end right at the wall, the retaining wall.
Yeah. Was this a plow that was on the asphalt or a sidewalk plow?
The asphalt.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to cone off because there's nothing. It's all hard surface.
And that's what I'm saying. Is this kind of a? Should they just not replace that one bulb? Because I just hate to see them replace it for it to get damaged again, you know?
Is there a sidewalk, a curb reveal there between the asphalt and the concrete?
There is no sidewalk.
No sidewalk at all?
No. The sidewalk ends right where the auditorium ends. So it just goes right, like cars park right there.
Just, agree that this seems like a concern. Our project area is closer to East Merrimack Street. So in terms of any snowplow removal in this area, it doesn't necessarily immediately impact the light poles that we're planning on reconstructing for the city.
So you said you are planning on reconstructing all of the light poles?
In our project vicinity, we're going to remove and reset and repaint the 2 light poles that are in our area, and the intent was to order globes, for the whole Riverwalk area to have on site and replace as needed.
Is your concern plowing on East Merrimack Street? Or plowing of the sidewalk, the Riverwalk?
I just on the Brown Street side.
The right side of the auditorium, where Brown meets Stackpole, between the Memorial Auditorium and the LHA building.
It does. That it goes all along the Concord River. But he just said they're gonna purchase more, and
that'll be, different as part of this project, but we figured the contractor can procure all those globes and then the city can do with them what they wish and replace these as needed. But for the limits of our project is just between East Merrimack and the Pet Bridge.
I just think light poles are outside of our jurisdiction. And
yeah, I mean,
there were only 2 specific on this plan.
I just witnessed it, and I saw the light pole go into the Concord River, and we kind of don't want any of. Not only do we not want their project to get damaged, but we also don't want any of their fillings that they're any of the light poles going into the river. I just don't think that one area where there's no sidewalk should have a light post.
I think that's outside of what they are.
I think it's outside of what they're able to do with this project and the scope that we have in front of us right now.
So be it. Anyone else?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Through you, I went down to the site today. The knee wall, there's a 6 to 8 inch gap between the sidewalk and the knee wall. Are we bringing the knee wall even with the sidewalk, or are we just filling it in like they did now with concrete?
The intent would be the sidewalk is poured. Let me start over. The knee wall will be replaced right where it currently is, and the sidewalk will be poured up to the knee wall.
So the sidewalk, you're going to extend the sidewalk to the existing knee wall?
I think that it currently does extend right up to it. There's kind of a concrete, kind of like a curb that's there that we'll contend with, but the intent is the walking surface can go right up to the knee wall.
Thank you.
This being an NOI filing, we would like to open this up to a public hearing. My mic's not on. Because this is an NOI filing, we'd like to open this up for a public hearing. Is there any members of the public that would like to speak? All right. Hearing none. Take a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And a motion on the project.
I'll make a motion to issue a City of Lowell standard order of conditions for this project.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, project approved. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you all. Thank you for your time. Thank you again for allowing attendance virtual.
Thank you. In other business, the 10-9 meeting minutes. Any comments?
I read through them. I think they look good. I'll make a motion to approve the 10-9
I'll second that.
meetings.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second that.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.